Hang on, almost. Ready.
Okay. Well, yesterday morning, at about 7:30, deputies were detailed into the area of 7500 West O on reports of a man with a mask and a rifle in a wooded tree line near a business out there. When the deputies got there, they contacted a young man. I guess I was thinking he was a kid, but he's not. He's 29 years old. 29-year-old man who had been in the bushes, and he had a weapon. The deputy drew his sidearm and ordered the man to drop his weapon, which he did, and he proclaimed it was a BB gun. As the investigation unfolded, it was in fact a BB gun. It wasn't a firearm. He also had a sidearm that was a BB gun as well. I think the point here is no crime was committed by this young man, but I think what we need to point out is that the two weapons I have here, one is a toy and one is real, and it's very, very difficult to tell the difference. And this is a toy gun. It's not the gun the young man had yesterday, but this is a toy gun. It shoots pellets electronically. It has a detachable magazine, but as you can see, this is where you load the little pellets into the magazine. But it loads, it looks, and it feels just like a regular firearm, and could easily be mistaken for a functioning firearm. This is an actual firearm carried by our deputies on patrol. It's a patrol rifle, and you can see there's just not a lot of difference. Although they're different brands and different calibers and those kinds of things, they look very similar. And so there's just a very real danger in young people playing with these sorts of things, thinking it's a game, and if it's contacted by law enforcement, it could have disastrous results.
And this is happening more and more, isn't it? I mean, these guns are just so
They're
realistic.
They're very popular. Handguns that look like real firearms are. You hear shootings across the nation where young people have been shot carrying a look-alike firearm or a toy gun or an airsoft type gun that looks just like a regular firearm. I looked at another toy gun, and it actually has the brand of a regular firearm on it. It says Glock on it, but it's a non-functioning firearm. It's an airsoft gun. So I think people just need to be very, very, very cautious, especially if they get these for their children, if their children have these.
What's your message to people? Just elaborate a little bit more.
Well, it's just be very careful. They need to know that these can be mistaken very easily for a firearm, and if they're pointed in a threatening manner, there's a chance they could get shot in that encounter. So they just need to be very cautious. As soon as they contact anybody, especially law enforcement, they need to drop the weapon so they don't have it in their possession, so there's no threat.
And it was law enforcement, I would think it's such a precarious situation, split decision to determine what that is.
Exactly. I mean, the deputies that arrived yesterday, it looked like a real gun, and they had no idea what the young man's intentions were, and he was just playing.
You said he was in some bushes?
He was in some bushes.
And did he drop it?
He did. He dropped it right away and let the deputy know it was a BB gun, and they took the precautions, got him away from the weapons, and then checked them, and they were in fact BB guns.
Why was he doing that anyhow? What was the point?
Did you get any reports that he had shot at anything?
I think he was shooting at birds or target shooting. He had permission to be on the land, but the employees that were there, the boss wasn't there. The employees there didn't know he had permission, so all they saw was some guy in the bushes with a rifle.
What business was it?
It was a plumbing company out of West O, 7500 West O. Or a construction company, construction. So anyway, just a word of caution. And
has this happened before? Where you get called and it's a BB gun?
I'm not sure.
But it has happened around the country.
It has happened around the country. There have been robberies in the city where people have used look-alike toy guns, so yeah, it has happened, and I know there have been people shot by law enforcement in other cities, with a toy gun.
So you would call that a toy gun, even though it is actually a BB gun?
Well, yeah, it's a toy, it's not a firearm. A firearm uses a propellant to propel an explosive charge to propel the projectile, where this is electronically fired. Some of them are spring fired, so they are illegal in the city of Lincoln, I might add.
The
Oh,
BB
so
guns are,
BB guns like these are illegal?
Anything that shoots a projectile is illegal in the city of Lincoln, so,
including all BB guns, is it?
including all BB guns. Airsoft guns.
If you were to, get caught with a BB gun like that and they're illegal in the city, like, what's the repercussion there for having
Well,
them?
you can possess them, you just can't shoot them.
Okay,
So if you're shooting them in Lincoln, you're probably going to, I don't want to speak for the city, but it's going to be discharging as a firearm within the city limits. According to city code, that is a definition of a firearm. According to state and federal code, it is not.
interesting.
Did you take that gun that man had yesterday, or no?
Turned out no crime was committed.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is just the warning for everyone
Yeah,
else.
just a warning and how dangerous that could be.
Can you, unless anyone else has any questions, like just show us some of the differences?
Well, this is the toy. One of the things which you can't see are the wires. So this is electronically fired. There are batteries in here that fire the gun. But the sighting system, the magazine detaches like a normal weapon would. Although when you look at the inside, it's a plastic magazine that holds pellets. But it loads the same way as a real gun, and it also activates the same way as a real gun. So in all respects, except for how it fires, it looks like a real firearm.
I want to take a picture of you with that. I'm sorry, I should have done already last month.
I mean, it has a sighting apparatus. It also has a flashlight on it. So, I mean, it has everything that our patrol rifles have on it. This is a patrol rifle. You can see it's got a flashlight on this side. It's got a laser sight on the top and another sighting system here. So, just not all that different. And if you feel it in weight, there's not much difference in weight in these weapons. This is unloaded, doesn't have a magazine in it, but there's just not that much difference in these weapons in their feel and certainly in their appearance.
Can you keep it right there for 1 second? I just need to get a couple shots. And that, you call that a patrol rifle, right?
Correct. We issued these to all our deputies.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?